can see it. Hang on. Got a little friend in the studio. Hello, Storm. Hello. You can say hello to everyone. Hiya. Hello, Alison. Hi, Sue. How are you this evening? How is everybody tonight? I have a large glass of water and some throat sweets, so hopefully we will get through this evening without too much drama. Hello from chilly Florida. There's my cat having a little stretch out. You may see a printer. That's from the video that I just did where we looked at digital stamps. Also because I have something exciting coming that is digital. And so I need the printer in my studio right now. But hopefully... Oh, there you go. Some ninja moves. We're going under the printer. Hopefully I will be able to show you more on Thursday. So today I thought we would have a play with some stencils. This one in particular, Beehive Stencil. Mostly because, without giving too much away, this is going to go really well with the brand new collection that will be coming to Create and Craft at the beginning of February. And I only have 4 of these left in stock. So I thought while I have them still in stock, let's have a play and see how we get on. So hi Pauline, how are you? Hello Dominique. Oh, Alison's finally beginning to feel a bit better. Excellent. My daughter she's not gone back to school full time. She went on Friday for 2 hours. And she went this morning just for the morning. So at the minute she's going back just for the mornings. We finally got the antibiotics down her. She's a little bit better, but just exhausted. But apparently it can take up to 6 months to recover from pneumonia. So we're going to be working part-time. And we're going to be balancing the mum-life balance for a bit longer. Yeah, so she's going into school for a couple of hours every day now. So we're getting there. Right, so without further ado, I am going to be working in... So we started using an old diary in our lives to make journal pages. So that was one that we did in a previous live. So I am going to work on those now. So, sorry. I will now swizzle you round. Okay, let's see. Where should we go? Like this. And this is where I get it all. Yeah, see, I always get that wrong. Okay, so I have taken 3 pages of the diary out and I have already gel mediumed them together. They might need a little extra coat because I honestly very quickly did that just before. You've been rewatching vlogs on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Pauline. I filmed a vlog last week. I still need to edit it together, but because Kezia wasn't really well, I genuinely don't know if I've got anything interesting or whether it's just me moaning about the fact she's not well and talking to camera all the time, but I will have a look at it. And I've been filming a vlog for this week, so hopefully vlogging will become a bit more regularly. It can take longer than that. I got 11 weeks in school. Oh, I hope it doesn't take that long, Joan. I'm gutted because we've had to cancel our swimming lessons. She used to have swimming lessons and she's come on really well with them. But you book them in blocks of 10 and she's not been back since any of the... she's not been back to any of them. And we're trying to avoid losing our slot. And to be honest, they have been really good about it. But today I kind of had to give them the final week and she doesn't have the energy. She walks up the hill. I'm looking for my gel medium. I literally just used it 2 minutes ago to stick all that together. So there it goes. We have had to cancel those, which is a bit of a shame. But they said that they will put her to the top of the list because when I put her on the list, she was something like 430 odd on the list. And she's done so well with them. And she was loving them. And I was like, oh, I mean, to be honest, she doesn't need any more. She can swim fine. But I just knew with another block of lessons, she would go into expert mode. And yeah, never mind. This, whilst looking for bits and pieces to put on this page, I came across these bits of book page in my bit box. So I'm going to stick them down as a start, and then we will see how we Yeah, she's going back, as I said, she's just going back for a couple of hours a day. And we're taking it really slow. And the school have been brilliant. They've been really, really good. So we will see how she goes. But it's just little things like I couldn't get parked directly outside the school. So I just had to park slightly away. And by slightly away, I mean like 20 steps away. Not that far at all. And she was out of breath just walking to there. Poor toots. So she came home and she was like, can I have a bath? She literally sat in the bath for about 3 hours. She loves a bath. So she sat in a warm bath and that's her now. Right, so I've already sort of gessoed the background because I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm going to put this down here and I will gesso this as well. Now, when I've done something like this, it looks very much like scrap paper has been piled on something and we want to unify it a little bit. So I will be using some white gesso as well as some transparent gesso. So I'm going to get transparent gesso over the main parts and then we will sort of blend the bits together with a little bit of white and then we will work on whatever it is we're doing. I don't really have a plan because in all honesty I came down here, oh that's gel medium, that's annoying. I came down here with about 20 minutes to go, so I knew I wanted to use the beehive stencil and I've sort of wandered around and picked bits and pieces up, but I've not actually got a major plan as such. Okay, try and put a little bit under there because that's not fully stuck down. Hi from Newcastle on Tyne. Sorry, my lovely, can you just give me your name? I don't know what it is by the program I use that allows me to stream it on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. For some reason, it doesn't like Facebook groups. And so it always just gives me Facebook user and I always just feel that's really rude to just not be using your name. So if you can let me know who you are and then I can refer to you properly. Right. There we go. So we've got that down like so. And then I am going to get some white gesso. And we are going to sort of merge some of these bits together. So I tend to find when I've done something like this, it's the edges that kind of look like it doesn't belong. And obviously we've gone from white to cream. So just sort of putting a few extra bits in like this just helps to sort of blend it together a little bit and make it look like it's meant to be. Essentially, right now it just looks like scraps of paper that have been stuck together, and that is what it is. But obviously, if we're creating a piece of art, which is what crafting is, you are all artists, don't put yourself down, then we want it to sort of look cohesive and look like it was meant to be. And I find this is the easiest way of doing it is by sort of getting this sort of blend between the elements. Jenny, hello. It's coming up now, Jenny. That's perfect. I don't know what's going on, honestly. Lovely to see you, Jenny. How are you? Missed you. Right. Getting some bits and pieces there, and then I'm going to take it to the edge as well so that it's just not on the right. There we go. I think that looks okay-ish. Might put a little bit just more down the side here, and I'll have to wipe my hand because it's right. So that is where we're at the minute. I'm going to now just pop that to the side. I will dry it if we need to using the old heat gun. But hi, Caroline. You were going to say you're in Hampshire, so not sure the Newcastle on Tyne, but you're good. Okay, right. I'm going to pop this over here. And And I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I'm going to use, I haven't decided whether to, you can help decide whether to create the beehive using inks. Sorry, just going to grab a gulp of water. Or whether to paper piece with paper. Hi Sharon, how are you? Sorry, just going to grab a cough, sweetie, while you get back to me. So shall we go inks or paper piecing? Sorry guys. I am really hoping that this cough clears up before I am due down the road, because it will be awful if I have to cough all the way through a TV show. Paper piecing, okay? Right. So what I will do is I am going to get a pencil. And I'm just going to get the overall shape of the beehive. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that out. You seem to have become an art teacher. Every class is trying to get me to teach their art. Oh, yeah, I think that's a great idea, doing half-term lessons. And don't be embarrassed that you've... I have not taken art. I'm not a professional artist. If you want to go by qualifications, I am not a professional artist. I took art at school. I had ME as a teenager, so I never actually finished any of my schoolwork. I never took my exams, so didn't leave school with any qualifications. I've never been to art college or art school or anything like that. So if you want to talk qualifications, I have none. So don't ever put yourself down. If you create art of any way, shape or form, you are an artist. And have confidence. Your abilities are amazing. Right, so I've got this as a base. And I am just going to... Actually, I'll do that in a bit. More cohesive if we do it all together. Right, let's grab some scraps of paper from in here. Let's see if we can do it out the scrappy scrap bits. Okay, so what have we got? I can get this piece out of here, so I want to grab this piece here. And then we'll just join that along. Experience is as good a qualification, absolutely. In my opinion, you're all artists. You're all exercising your creativity. That makes you an artist. Okay. So we have that bit done. Okay. And then I might get this little top bit. I kind of want a contrast for the other bits, so we'll look for another bit of paper. It's a great way of using up your scraps, this. Right, so we have those bits. I still want yellowy, and then we can go for a real contrast for the door. So what else do we have? Sorry guys, let's have a look. I know I would like I'll show you how tight I am. This is quite funny. So the plates I make my paper packs from now, they actually come ready made for me, which is why I switched over to them. But previously they just used to come and I used to get them, and then the very first one would have all the information, and I used to keep it despite it having the sticker on because I could still use it. So I'm going to do the bottom one. And then this middle one. Okay. The penny has just dropped on how you're doing this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just sketching out bits of the stencil. Stencils can be used in so many ways. I keep meaning to do a video because on the back of my stencils I've got like perfect for inking and using with your sprays and doodling and embossing, and there's so many different things. And yet I'm guilty of always doing the same thing with my stencil. So I keep meaning to make a video where I take one stencil and do all the different techniques with it, or do some different techniques, because I think even in one video you'd probably forget some. There's so many techniques available. But we'll look at a few because I've got a couple of other stencils that I've pulled out as well. So by the time we've finished our journal page today, we'll have looked at a few different techniques. I've done this, I will show you in a minute. I've done this technique a lot with this particular stencil. It works really, really well with it. It's a bit dodgy cutting there, but never mind. There's a door going over it, and then with inks and things, we just make it look part of it. I've done it quite a lot with cardboard, and cut out lots of thicknesses of cardboard, and then it almost becomes like a 3D embellishment. I'll just pull one. I've got one on the shelf. I'll just show you. Actually, I've got a few things on the shelf with this particular stencil. So this one here, I'm doing exactly what I did, but with here I'm just doing it with layers of paper. With this one I did it with layers of cardboard. So I cut out the base with cardboard, then I cut out all those different things with cardboard, then I cut out the door with cardboard, and then used texture paste to go through the door, so I got a really 3D look. And then this one we have inked through it and then used stamps just to add a little bit of extra detail. So it's a very versatile stencil, sorry. And there's lots you can do with it. And as I said, it is going to go so well with what is coming in February. So if you don't have this, we've only got 4 left. We've only got 4. Well, genuinely, because I did a stock take and updated my shop before the live, we've got 4 of these stencils left. And when you see what's coming in February, it's going to be like, they just go perfectly together. Right. So I'm now going to don't know if I want the door that pink. I'm actually going to go for a green door, and then make the door handle pink. Okay. Sorry, I'll decide eventually. Right, so I'm going to draw around the outside, so I'll explain what I'm doing. I'm going to draw around the outside of the door there. And we will now cut that out. Right, so then that says roughly got that there, and then we'll have the door there, which is so cute. But I think it's £5. I don't know if there's somebody from my design team that is in the chat. Do you mind popping the link in for me, please? That would be fabulous. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon was obviously on it. Okay. So I'm now just going to take the door, because I kind of do want the door details. I'm going to take my blending mat, pop the little piece underneath, and then pop this over. And grab a little brush. Okay. And I'm just going to take this blue here and I just want to, so we've still got the wood grain. So it should be subtle, it will not be very definite. So we're still inking through it. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, so now we still have the sort of the wood grain detail very subtly, because that's what I was going for there. And then we have that there. So I find that when you're at this stage, this looks incredibly homemade, and like we've cut it out a whole load of scraps of paper. We want this to look a little bit more professional. So the way I would do that is by doing a lot more inking. So let's grab our inks. I'm going to start off by inking the background. So I've got the yellow, and I'm just going to bring this in, and then that just means any gaps that we had through my dodgy cut work are going to be disguised, because we're going to have this yellow background. Okay, and then also, just because I like to work with shades and tones, I am going to bring that a bit of extra shading down at that side there. Now with all of these individual pieces, I am going to do the same. I'm going to go around with the yellow, and then on this side I'm going to give it some extra orange details just to warm it up a bit. And it just helps to take away the look of the cut edges a little bit. So I'm using the time that I'm busy doing something to soak on my throat sweetie. Okay. And the last piece here. And then I will bring in this blue that we used to add the kind of wood grain detailing. Honestly, if I could speak, I'm just going to come around the edge of that door there. Okay, the next thing I would do is I'm going to get a black pen and edge everything. So with my stencils, so they are 350 micron mylar, which means you can run them through your die cutting machines in an embossing sandwich. So you can actually emboss with these. And yes, this looks absolutely beautiful embossed. Quite a few of the design team, when they were first launched, quite a few of the design team did actually emboss these, and they do look absolutely amazing. So I'm just giving all of this a black edge. And then we will see where we should go from there. I might give my desk a little tidy. That must be like really sore on your eyes. What a riot of colours. There's all sorts of stuff occurring here. Right. Might just do the same with this. Okay. So now we've done that, let's glue this together. So that looks a bit dodgy there, but you just embrace it. Where's my little bit go? There it is. Part of that will be covered with the door, and then, as I said, if it really bothers you, you can cover it a bit later with the flower or whatever. Okay. There's a little beehive, and then we're going to pop this just here. Okay, then I'm going to grab a pink pencil. If I can find one in here. These are my on-the-go pencils, so they're not very organised. I do have a pencil roll somewhere. Hang on. There we go. Cue selection. Good evening, Julie. How are you today? Okay, so I'm going to bring this back in and get my little love heart door handle back. Because I just think that's cute. And then, yeah, I'm just going to grab my black pen, my fine liner this time. And give that a bit of an edge. There we go. And what I could do as well is, just to emphasize the door part again, I could just draw that back in and put some of the wood grain back in as well. Like so. And then me being me, hello! Is it Shiamara? I think I got it right. How are you? Lovely to see you again. Me being me, I would draw some doodly lines around the edge, a few little extra sort of wiggly squiggly bits like that, and then it all looks very doodly. And then you tend to find that the imperfections just look part of the charm. The other thing that I quite like to do, I do this when I do my like collage houses, is you can add little sort of little stitching details. Like it's sort of meant to be. Like here, we've got a bit of a gap. So what we could do is if we added 3 little, just embrace the imperfections and turn them into something, rather than panicking about it. And then it all just becomes part of this really quirky design and becomes uniquely yours. Okay, so now we have a beehive. You just got yours, yay! Okay, I'm just going to move all of this paper to the side because, quite frankly, I think that's probably quite sore on your eyes looking at that riot of colour constantly. Okay, let's see, how's this page getting on? So this is the page that we're going to create. And we now have the beehive. So cute. I love it. Right, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a waft because I'm not completely sure how dry that is. Or how it will take on. You'd love to see this as a patchwork on a cushion. Let's try it, Tracy. Thing is, with your products, you can absolutely take them off the page. They do not have to be paper crafting. Dawn and I are actually, in a future Dawn and Julia Create, going to be using fabric on a project. And I first started with fabric. That's where my first... I started sewing when I was 11, a bit like my daughter. My daughter now sews her own dresses and things. I worked in a fabric shop when I left school. And yeah, sort of paper crafting came later. So I'm thinking that we could have, oh my goodness, I love it. I mean, I've not even put the ink through yet, but I just put that down and was like, yeah, that works. We've got a beehive with a rainbow coming out of it. Oh, I'm in a happy place. This is my happy place. Right, now, the cool thing about this is we can work our way down the rainbow with just a few colours. Now, yeah, let's ink it. I was going to suggest we could watercolour it, but I think that we might struggle. So I'm going to put the pink on these bits here. And we may doodle this as well. Okay. And then if I get my yellow, and then with the yellow, what we do is we go over that pink bit and we capture this bit here. In fact, we can do 3 of those. So we catch the bit that's got a bit of pink on it. We get a middle bit and we do 3 of those. Like so. And then we get the blue. And we catch that one and the bottom one. And so we don't have to worry about being precise and the colours merging, because actually we have now pretty much created our rainbow by allowing the colours to blend on the page. Just like so. Right, so I'm going to grab the blue. Let's get some clouds down and we'll have a few raindrops because we can. I'll bring some of those raindrops further down the page. You've got the rainbow stencil. Well, if you want the beehive, you will have to be quick. I started the live with 4. I now know that there's 3 because somebody else has bought one. Okay, so we've got that. Then let's bring a couple of these clouds this side. and some raindrops down. There we go. Thank you, Sue. I like. Right. Just to bring a bit of balance, I'm actually going to keep playing with the clouds. Let's just bring a couple up here. Just so that it comes across the whole page, and maybe one up here as well. Okay, like so. Excellente. I'm happy. Right. This wasn't part of my plan, but now looking at it, it is. Oh, girls, you're on it tonight. Thank you ever so much. It really means a lot to me. I am going to look for... Where are you? This one here. The meadow one. Because I just think we can now ground this beautifully. Clouds should be raining. All of them. Right. I am going to... Oh, I think I'm going to stick it down first, and then we can have the grass actually going over the beehive. Okay. So, decisions... This little rainbow, should we leave as is like that, or should we kind of do what we did with this and sort of add some line work? And then of course all these stencils, after you've done them, we'll do that after actually, we can spray them, and they can become sort of, what do you call them? You can get prints from them, and that can become sort of future backgrounds for future pages. So let's line work. Okay, Jenny, let's put some line work in. So we'll pop that there, like so. I mean, I do appreciate the beehive is just, you know, sort of hovering in midair just now, but, you know, bear with. Trust the process. Right. It's got to be this way, isn't it? There we go. It just takes me a little while to find out where we were. Now this one could definitely go a little bit skew-if. So be patient and don't panic if it does go skew-if. There we go. I haven't lost my black pen already. Okay. So we will just take our time. And if it doesn't quite go to plan, we just give it an extra wiggle. And it's all good. I feel like I've gone way off, so it's already going to be a wonky donkey one. I can tell that already. I'll bring it back for the clouds. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm just going to bring those lines down to the clouds. I'm just going to eyeball this now. Oh, I've missed a line there. We'll get that in a second. I've missed the top yellow line. There we go. Right. And then what I would do is we'll just add the same way as we had squiggles beforehand. We'll just add a few little squiggles. I might sort of attach the cloud by a cross stitch because why not? Okay, all good. I like it. I feel like we've lost the clouds that were here, so let's put those back in. doodle it in. Oh, so cute. Okay. I'm going to doodle this one in. I'm not going to doodle them all in. I might do another cloud down here as well, because I want some sort of left and some, so we've got like a sense of, what do you call it, perspective. Right, let's just bring another one of these in, just down here. And then we will sort the foreground out. So if you think of like the original stencils and things, you know, the ones that you had at school, it was like your rulers and the letters, and you actually drew through them. So stencils used to be like, they've kind of become a lot more now. They've become for inking and spraying and all of this sort of stuff. But actually, when you think about where they started, they quite often started with all of the doodling and the drawing. Now, I am going to put these in, and the way I do the grass is I will use blue and then yellow. The reason being, I find if I just put green down, it just becomes, you just have the one colour. Whereas if you use multiple, if you use yellow and blue together, you get multiple shades and tones, and I just find it looks a lot more realistic, and I just prefer it. So hence I do it. So I'm going to bring that down. Bring it down and move it over, and this time I'm just going to go straight in with the yellow, so we'll still have a little bit of blue left from last time. Okay, look, right, now just to sort of try and bring this together a little bit. We're not finished yet, don't worry. I am just going to bring the blue around here, and then the yellow as well. We might bring more detail in with the stencil. I've not yet decided. I've got my foreground image to go, and then once we've put that down, we can work out where we're going to do. I'll probably maybe do a lot more detail with scribbling with pencils and things like that down here. And this still needs grounded. It's still, I think it is. If it's not, Pauline, I will go up and do a quick stock count and let you know. I think it is still there. But if it's not, I think there probably will be some. Well, have fun at work, Shannon. Right, so we've kind of made it look a bit more like a scene. As I said, this is still floating, but we shall deal with that soon. Looks very cartoony, this, doesn't it? Right, so I have my llama bee. So in 2 weeks, when I'm at Create and Craft, it is actually my 4th anniversary. So there is a brand new kit, and it contains stamps, ephemera and digital kit, which I will show you all on Thursday. There'll be a YouTube premiere where I'll be joining you to sit and chat in the comments. But also, because it is my anniversary, there's going to be an online special deal. So the online special deal is the 3 alpaca stamps along with the pastel petal papers. So I thought it was quite a good time to use this. So I'm going to put my bee llama down here, and then we will work on grounding these images. Until I use scrap bit of paper to do some colouring. Waste not, want not. You couldn't find it either. Okay, sorry, Sharon and Pauline. What I will do is, after the live, I will just nip up to the loft and see if I have any. And if I do, I will update the shop. I can always send you a wee message, Pauline, privately as well. So just to let you know when it's gone up. I have a feeling I do still have a couple. Right. There we go. Right, I am going to trying to decide whether to bring in my watercolour pencils or actual watercolours. Let's go for the pencils. And I'm going to get a whole load of greens. Sorry guys. Coughing in your ear, that's not particularly pleasant. Right, so I'm going to use my Inktense pencils. Sorry. I'm just going to grab some water. Right. So we need shadowing. So let's just put a bit of colour underneath Llama Bee and underneath the actual beehive. That'll be a start. And then I'm just going to actually draw in. The advantage of pencil, watercolour pencils is you can use them as a pencil as well. So I'm just going to put a few of these little scribbles. Anyone can do this. A child could do this. It's literally scribbles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to water these out so that they'll get a bit of a looser look, and then we will go over again and do them with, like, sort of reaffirm them with the pencils. Hopefully what I'm saying will make sense. Let's bring some up onto the beehive as well. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of water. We'll just activate that around the... That's almost a blue-green. That looks like she's sat in water right now. Never mind. And then I'm just going to... I don't want to completely obliterate the lines, but it just gives us... So we're keeping the lines there. I've not lost them too much, but we're also kind of getting a little bit of movement with them as well. She does look like she's sat in water. We maybe need to bring some, we'll bring some of the scribbles over her, I think, in a little minute. We'll make it work. I'll make it so she's not sat in water. Oops. Okay. That's kind of cool. Right, let's just waft that. You just had a rain shower. Now the beauty with these Inktense pencils is once they dry, they are permanent, which makes them really fun for layering. Right, so I'm going to get a little... I'm going to see if I can get a blue now. Oops. Grab a blue. this one's nice pale blue. Okay, then I'm going to bring a bit of colour and shadowing around the house. And I also want to give a bit of definition to the corners. Just to blend the page together a little. Oh, oopsie. That's fresh on today as well. I put a brand new bit of paper on today so that I could have a nice white background when I filmed my launch video. I'm just going to try and create a little bit of movement. I can't even wipe it away because as soon as I put water on that, it'll become absolutely permanent. So it is what it is now. But also we're not going to have as much contrast between how the grass looks and how the rest of the page looks if we just add a little bit of this detailing around the rest of the page as well. Put it in around there so that we've got a bit of shadowing. We've been alright, we've not had too much rain. Trying to keep this nice and loose so it looks very watercolory. And where it's kind of going over the pen's not waterproof, so we are getting a bit of bleed, but I'm just going to go with that. I think it adds to this sort of loose watercolour feel, so don't worry about it. I was watching, my daughter was watching Kung Fu Panda the other night, and you know, every time they were kind of saying, but it's not like this, and the wee master, the little turtle master, I can't remember his name now, he kind of goes, there are no accidents. And I think that's the thing with your art as well, there are no accidents. It's just, yeah, creative opportunities. Okay, it's getting nice and atmospheric. Right, let's get some of these greens down the bottom as well. And we will do the same as we have done up there. We'll create a little bit of a darker border, just to sort of bring the eye in and frame it all together, and then we can look at making that grass look a bit more like grass rather than a pond. At least the beehive no longer looks like it's floating. It looks like it's sailing, but so it is floating. It's no longer floating in midair. It's now floating on a body of water. Right. It's getting there. It's getting there. What do we think? It's not quite right yet. Right, let's give that a waft. Do you know the other thing that I'm finding is, because I have moved to creating pages in this diary, which I think is a great use of things that you have in. Thank you, Jenny. I'm not used to this size of journal page yet. And I think sometimes, like, when you switch a journal page, it's like you're getting used to the paper. And obviously, this paper has not been designed to journal on, so I'm journaling on top of gesso and everything, which I'm maybe not used to doing all the time. And also, it's a very different size for me, so I'm finding, like, I'm used to using the little A6. It feels quite big. But it's quite good. It's a new challenge. New challenges are good. Right. Let's see how we go. Let's bring in, I'm going to bring in some bring in some pens. I've got some jelly pens. And some just normal biros, because why not? Okay, so I'm just going to scribble these. Like so. I think the other thing we need to do is if we put some little sort of like details that look like flowers, we'll see how we go. That's not really showing up. I'm just literally scribbling. Artist at work there. I've got a light green pen as well. Oh, difficult to get the lids off. Right, now let's come in. Let's hopefully we can bring the magic in with the use of your black and white pens. There's my white pen over there. Oh, that's what we needed to do. We needed to scribble on the actual llama. Yeah, well, I've got things like crayon. I've got so many plans and so little time, especially now that little Munchkin's not well. But I really want to show how you don't need all the fancy products, that you can have your stamp and you can colour with biros and you can colour with cheap kiddies crayons, and you know, you don't need it all. So I'm bringing in some black for some definition. Like so, and then hopefully a bit of white. Let's get this. I know this white is amazing. I've seen it work on all sorts of surfaces, but sometimes it just needs a little moment. That was me on the phone. Right. Nope. You're not wanting to play ball today. So I'm literally just scribbling. I think the other thing that we can do is if we get some pink pens now, and we can, especially if we go for some nice fluorescent ones, maybe a yellow as well. Goodness, we've been on for an hour. That we can just sort of add some little, all I'm doing is like just drawing 3 little loops. and make it look like little flowers. Can't say I'm overly happy with how the grass has turned out, but you know, it is what it is. Cover it in splatters. Splatters fixes everything, in my opinion. Oh, and we need to add some buzzy bees as well. Thank you, Shamara. Okay, that's cool. Right, I did pull out a little stamp set. Because we've got a little buzzy bee here. I think I have an obsession with bees. I do have enough scrap on that, but no. Where did the card that I was using to do the... There we go. Let's stamp this out. Are we all fine carrying on crafting? I'm aware that I've now approached the hour. I'll just use the hybrid one. I can't see where I put my memento. Because like we've gone over an hour now. I mean, I don't think I'll be much longer, but you know. Honestly, I do have smaller ones, but I can't I can't see them right at this second. Right, let's stamp 3 of these little guys out. Two, 3. What's time when you're having fun? Well, as long as you're all having fun, that's good. Just going to give that a bit of a waft. Right, I'm not going to do very fancy colouring here because there's absolutely no need for it. It's just a tiny little detail. So let's get these coloured in. Yeah, although this is a hybrid ink, it does bleed ever so slightly. That's why I gave it a little waft. Me being me, that it's like I say, I'm not going to go to town. I'm not, but I still need to add shadows because, you know, I'm sorry. I try not to. I try to say that you don't need it, and you don't. But, you know, I can't help myself, quite frankly. And I'll get the little black in. This also isn't marker paper. It is mixed media card. It does as a card go take the alcohol markers really well. It's the best card on the market. So this is the Dolly Dimples mixed media card. It is the best card on the market for being able to take your multiple mediums. So basically when you use pencil you need a tooth. Same with when you use watercolour. When you use alcohol markers, you need it nice and smooth. So to get a card that ticks the boxes for all of them is amazing, and you do get good results with this particular card and your alcohol markers. Right, and let's a little bit of blue on the wings just so that they're, just try and make them look slightly iridescent. I'm going to just put darker blue at the bit there, and then I'm just going to get a really practically barely there blue and just pull that out. this was the bit that was all meant to be prepped. But I'm afraid at this current moment in time, you are taking me as you are finding me, because work is just second priority right now, I'm afraid, and I'm just not quite getting as much done as I used to. It is what it is. Right. This feels very sketchily and painterly. I think I quite like it. Right. Let's get these buzzy bees cut out. Lost the ability to talk. Fussy cut clearly. Where are the bees from, Julia? They are from, I'm not sure if they're still in stock, but do not worry. If you are in need of a bee stamp, there may be something up your street coming very soon. It's from Lady Bee. If she's anywhere, she'll be in the clearance section, but I'm not sure if there are any left, to be honest. Yeah. Trying not to, well, I think I've probably given it all away now anyway. I think the fact that I'm working with beehives and saying don't worry if you're in need of a buzzy bee, there's something coming to, honestly, I cannot wait to show you. You'll see on Thursday. I'm hoping that I'll have it all edited and it'll be ready to go up on Thursday at 7 o'clock, and that's when the premiere is. That's the plan in my head. But as I say, editing and getting that all done will be very much dependent on how little Miss is feeling. Right, let's get those bees stuck down. And then I'm going to draw some little doodle flips. Oh, I'm so excited. I honestly can't wait to share it with you all. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. The whole thing just makes me very happy. I've designed it for me, quite frankly. And just hope all you guys like it too. Right. Just going to neaten up this scraggly bit just there. So as you can see, diary page. I went with a page that I felt had more detail. We had like all the days and things. Not that you barely see it, to be honest, but it gives you a starting point. Right, I think all we need now is let's edge it. Let's edge it, give it a doodly border and then a sentiment. These edges do need a little bit of gel medium again to put them together. So that was 3 pages of my diary page that I put together. And that's the thing, if you're working on paper that's not necessarily meant to take the mediums, you can just do that. Glue a few pages together and gesso. Be your best friend. I will spend a bit of time a little bit later just sort of gluing all those edges down a little bit. We still need sentiment. I'm going to do a sentiment. I'm also going to do splatters. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm still not 100%. So I'm thinking that if we put a sentiment on and then add a few splatters, I quite often find that splatters is just the finishing touch that things need. And if nothing, it makes it look all artistic and painterly. Thank you, Julie. What date is the show? It is the 9th of February, so we've got a little while yet. It's going to be a week on Friday, which is why I will be showing you the collection on this Thursday. So literally just sort of a week before we go live. And I'm looking at all the information about the train strikes. Honestly, every time I travel, it seems to go at the same time as the train strike. So let's hope I get down. Normally I give myself a day in between. But I actually couldn't get home from Peterborough because of train strikes. Now I'm hoping that I actually get down. Anyway. I'm so tempted to... Do you know what would go perfectly? It's a sentiment that I know is coming up. Should I put one of the new sentiments on it? I feel... because it's just the right colours. Okay. Let's take one of the oh, I'm gonna go for this one. May your day be as sweet. Oh. Or you're unbelievably awesome. Oh, home is my favourite place to be. That's cool. Could actually put a few in. Oh no, I've given away the theme. I think you may have guessed, eh? There's still lots of surprises to see. Right, so... got home is my favourite. We could actually probably put a few different sentiments on here. Right. Yeah, let's have a couple up there. We've got BU. BU. And then we have got should we have Believe or Beautiful Vibes? I know, it's just that, you know, I'm looking at it going, it would just go so nice. It would just, I'm not actually, there's so much more I can show you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's only you guys. It's only you guys that have seen it. It's fine. No one else will see till Thursday. So it's all good. It's all good. Vibes. Beautiful vibes. Cool. It's our secret. Shh. Don't tell anyone. It's our secret. I don't know, I like having lots of random sentiments on a journal page that don't actually... Beautiful vibes, be you, and home is my favourite place to be. Love it. Love, love, love. Okay. Just edge that, because as we will see when I put this down, it will stand out so much more when it is edged. I'm just quietly edging now to myself. It's like gone into craft mode, not talk mode. Okay. Love it. Why is it just adding a sentiment just sort of brings things together a little bit? I like it. Also helps to ground this area a little bit as well. I'm still going to go with splashes as well. We see here, thank you, Julie, thank you for keeping my secret. You've been busy in the chat today. That's me just had a little sort of, it looks be fantastic tonight. That's my system that I use to stream, saying you've reached 100 messages. So thank you everybody for chatting away. It means a lot. It's great. I love having you in my craft room. It's like we just sit here and have a little craft. Who's been crafting along with me? There's still time to let me know. We've still got a few moments. I've still got to do doodles and splatters. So because we've kind of had this sort of stitched look, like with the clouds are stitched into the page, and I'm going to add it to the sentiments as well. I'm kind of going to faux stitch them into the page. And I don't know. I love faux stitch. I don't know whether it's because that's where it started. I quite often get emails about collaborations, normally off, companies that have absolutely nothing to do with craft, and so you just wouldn't. And I've just had one from somebody that people that do cross stitches, and I'm quite tempted just because it's ages since I've done a cross stitch. Right, so I don't know where that came from. Oh yeah, that's me talking about, that's kind of where my journey started. It sort of started in soft crafts and then moved over to paper crafts, and now I never seem to have time for soft. I kind of completely went off soft crafts for a while. It's funny that my like I started off with soft crafts and then ended up working in a fabric shop, so it became my work, and now I sort of do paper crafts, and now paper crafts has become my work, which is why I'm kind of thinking I quite fancy picking up some cross stitches, because this is now my work. I think it would be nice to have a craft that's not my work. Does that make sense? Not that I'm complaining. Right, let's get some splatters. I think I might need a bit. I thought this would be quite a good brush, but there we go. I was going to say the splatters are so fine, I'm barely seeing them. I can see them on my hand. Just what I want them to be. Right. So we've had some people crafting. I am honestly getting white splatters everywhere other than my page. Come on. Do, do, do. Try a different brush. Don't know whether it was just too fine. Probably end up with great big lumps now. Oh yeah, I'm definitely feeling myself covered in. Honestly, I've got such expensive equipment in front of me. I've got like a really expensive microphone. I've got cameras and ring lights and all sorts, and computer, and it all just gets covered in paint splatter constantly. There we go. I do feel that paint splatters fixes a multitude of sins. Let's get out. I don't know why tapping on something seems to make the paint splatters more predominant. There we go. Now it looks like a snowstorm. Not quite what I was going for, but hey ho. It's artistic splatter. Maybe if we had some. Let's get some yellow splatter on there as well. Oh. And then I will call it a day. I'm just faffing now. I'm sure in all these things of watercolours that I've got, I should have a yellow. We'll do a yellow and then that's it. I promise. I promise I will finish something. Oh my goodness, 9:20. Oh my word. I've definitely been keeping you a long time. Oh my days. I'm having far too much fun. Right, come on, let me find a brush. Let me get this. You've been spoilt today. Oh, I'm glad you feel it has been spoilt and not been bored stupid. It's like, man, that woman can go on. I just feel, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm liking the yellow splatters. It's just lifted it. And it's lifted that bottom bit as well. So that it looks more like grass and less like a pond. So let's get plenty of yellow splatters down there. See, doesn't that look more like grass now? Very painterly. Not even protecting anything now. Everything's just getting covered in splatter. Oh, I'm glad you feel that you've been spoiled. Honestly, I've been coughing in your ear and sucking sweets and leathering and... Right. Definitely need to call it a day. What have I done? Days. We're going to have fun cleaning up this. Right. Here we are. Look. Look at that. Look at the devastation. I need to do that for you to see the whole piece. There we are. So that's our art journal page. Again, it is one of those ones that has come out of our diary, which is not to hand for me to pick up and show you. But yeah, so just a normal diary, and we are turning it into an art journal. You can turn anything into art. So there we go. I will be back hopefully on, well, not live, but hopefully on Thursday. There will be a YouTube premiere show, and you will be able to see the brand new collection, of which you have seen the sentiments, but shh, we're not telling anybody that. And yeah, I will see you guys next Monday, and next Monday we will be playing with the brand new collection. I'm so excited. Anyway, definitely been waffling far too long. It's time for me to go and get a cuppa and make sure that my child is okay. And I will see you again very, very soon. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.